Hello and welcome to It's All About You, the best show about you on the internet. I am Beat Dave Walters, life strategist and spiritual coach, and I didn't start over my stopwatch. This is episode 23, more on the law of attraction. I don't know if you saw episode 22 yet, but I was talking about the law of attraction. I don't think I said all that I wanted to say about it, so I want to go on some more. I was sharing with you in the last episode the steps that you have to take to put this law into effect. And I was saying how quite often people don't necessarily have the belief necessary to cultivate these things in their life. So I really want to talk a little bit more about belief then. If you're a spiritual or religious person, and for my non-religious people, hold on a second, I'll be right back with you. If you're a spiritual or a religious person, if you believe that there is some sort of higher order in this universe, and that for the most part this higher order is on your side, or at least this higher order is not against you, then it really should be easier for you to cultivate this sense that you can create anything. But the funny thing is, a lot of the most religious people I know, or the most spiritual people that I know, have the hardest time creating things, because you've probably been brainwashed somewhere along the way into believing that it was wrong to be wealthy, that it was wrong to think that you could create out of your own power, that it was even wrong that you could connect with God directly and didn't need anybody to interpret this for you. Here's the thing. You guys know I love religion. I love religion. I'm always quoting religious stuff. I'm putting religious texts up. I think it's great. My perception of religion is God has been talking to mankind for as long as mankind's been listening. And a lot of it got written down, and there's value in all of it. But you do not need another man or another woman to interpret the will of God for you. And over time, over the centuries, many religious institutions, not all, many religious institutions became more focused on control and domination than they did on upliftment and liberation. And for the most part, it is hard to manipulate powerful, self-aware, self-actualized people. And so the story you get then becomes, you shouldn't have money, but you should always keep tithing and give all your money to us. Or anything that involves you accessing your own power is somehow sinful and not of God. In fact, I had somebody ask me just the other day, he was sick. He used the law of attraction to heal his illness. And his church was like, you shouldn't have done that. You should have just waited for God. That what you did was wrong. I'm like, what? Because here's the thing. Who put this law in place? Who constructed this system? Who even gave us a mind and a capacity to access the system and use it to our own advantage, if not our Creator? We're told we're made in God's image, as we went over in the Spirit episodes. I'm not going to go back through it here. But what God is always doing is loving and creating, which means what we're supposed to do is love and create. I cannot fathom how anybody can say, since you gave your God-given power, since you used your God-given power, your God-given right to take control of your life and create something that was worthy of you, and by extension more worthy of that Creator, that that's somehow sinful. I don't get that. So let me just say this, and then I must get off this rant again. I'd like to think I know God pretty well. No better than you. No better than anybody. But I think I know God pretty well. And from what I have met and seen in my conversations with God, God is not interested in keeping you weak. God is not interested in keeping you ignorant. God is not interested in you being unhappy and leading a sad and unfulfilling life for some nebulous reward in the next life. I don't think that's what God wants from you. If God only wanted you to be happy in the next life, God would not have sent you into this life. Okay? So you owe it to yourself to start creating something wonderful, to start creating something exciting, to start creating something passionate. And if you think that this sounds corny, if you think that it's not possible, then I feel bad for you. I do. Because you're missing out. You're missing it. It's happening all around you. Life is happening all the time, and you're missing it. See, I live in Los Angeles. And Los Angeles can be kind of a tough place to survive. But that's what I like about it. I like the fact that the full spectrum of human life is going down in about a 10-mile radius here. There's people that are prospering more than they're prospering anywhere. And there's people that are suffering as much as they're suffering anywhere. And we're all side by side. It's all right here in front of us. And it is up to me to choose what I focus on. I think I've shared with you in the past, when I first came here, I didn't really like it. There was this like weird feeling that I couldn't quite put my finger on. This like certain je ne sais quoi in this town that I couldn't quite figure out. And somebody pointed out to me, it's all the unhappy people. The streets in this town are paved with broken dreams. When you go into Starbucks, that guy did not come to LA to work at Starbucks. When you go to a restaurant, you know, the woman who brings you drinks did not come to LA to, you know, serve drinks. They came to be stars. And as they realize that dream is not going to manifest, they give up and give in to bitterness. And that's what I felt like overwhelming me when I came here. But here's the thing. How I got over it is I also realized is there's people that are making it happen every day. People succeeding all the time. People working hard and trying. And when I tapped into that energy of creation and motivation and going and refusing to quit, then that's when I fell in love with this town. Okay? It's the same thing with you. Remember I said last time, the law is always working. You cannot turn off the law of attraction. You can't. It's always working. The thing is, are you using it consciously to create something that you want? Are you using it unconsciously to create something you don't want? And the way to know that is look at your results. Look at what's happening. Look at how you feel. If you feel good, even if things are still not looking good around you, that's fine because good things are on the way. I think I shared with you guys. And normally I wouldn't do this. I don't really get down. I don't really get upset about things. But I've had some real challenges in my life lately. I still have some real challenges in my life lately. And sometimes, you know, even I feel like, wow, man, you know, I feel like I give and I give and I give and I put out to the universe and I, you know, try and help people. And I don't always feel like it's materializing like I want. It happens. I admit it. But I know and I have faith and I trust that it's coming, that it's on the way, that forces are building up around me and they're going to manifest and arrive at any time. At any time it's going to happen, okay? Which this leads me to something else, actually. When you're putting together that plan that I mentioned last time and these goals, always make it in the present tense. Always see it happening. You don't want to focus on the fact that your car is coming, even though I know I just said that. You don't want to focus on the fact that the car is coming, that the job is coming, that the relationship is coming, because it will always be coming. It will always be on the way. You will create its nearby. Right? You have to feel like you already have it, like it's already here, like you've already succeeded, okay? Which is how I feel 99% of the time, and the 1% that I went off track, you know, I love you, we can talk, we can be honest with each other, I can tell you, you know, it happens even to me, okay? So, what you have to do then is realize that you have all the power of the universe in your hands. You do. There's no point in holding back. It's not helping. It's not gaining anybody anything. Okay? You playing small. You keeping your job that you have now, your relationship you have now, your body that you have right now because you don't want to step on anybody's toes is not helping. In fact, it's hurting. You are hurting the world. You're hurting your family. You're hurting your friends. You're hurting your country. You're hurting me. By not doing all that you could do, not growing into all that you could become, not taking all of the rights and opportunities that God has given you. Because like I said before, this is the best time in history to be alive. Ever, ever, ever. I don't care where you live. Wherever you live. It was worse 500 years ago, I guarantee it. But I'm going to go ahead and split this for my brothers and sisters on YouTube. So you guys stay with me. I'll be right back.